Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today I just got in my Japanese red maple that I bought online. It was $6 for the plant and only $14 for shipping and handling. So I figure I'd try something different out. I mean, in the spring I'll show you how to find the seedlings, what they look like, and we can grow our own maple trees from there. But I want to try something different. So I'm starting with a standard potting mix. I got an old pot I'm going to put it in. Here's the way the tree came in the mail. I have to take it apart, but you can see it's in a dormant state. You can see all the buds here all along the stem. So here's the root ball, so we'll take it apart, we'll cut it open and see what we got inside. A little tough on opening, but we'll get it open. So you got it packed in good. It's nice and moist on the inside. Just wanted to try something different. Came in early, so I don't mind that. At least we can get it in the pot. And they got it packed real good. Nice and moist. I got like a paper towel in there. Let me dump out all this stuff. It's not bad. Getting it out is something. Shaking it. I had to shake it out, but you can see the root, the nice roots on it. Look at that. But here's the taproot. Here is the taproot, and this we're going to cut off, and we got all these nice feeder roots here. So I'm going to take my shears, dip them in my peroxide, and what I'm going to do is, you can see how it bends over here. I don't know if you can see it right there. There's like a loop. I'm going to cut it right there. Take that piece of root off. And we got a lot of nice feeder roots here. But what I'm going to do is, since this has a lot of live buds here, I can see all the red buds over here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's buds are just starting to break over here. And there's a lot of back budding here. I mean, it's a little scarred, a little worn, tore, but we're going to try it out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to clip it right above this node. It's in a dormant state, so it's not going to know anything. So I'm going to clip it just a little bit above for dieback. Take it. We got our stick. And this we're going to take some cuttings and see if they'll root in the basement for the winter. So right now, I'm going to put this in my bucket of water so it doesn't dry out. Now, as you can see, with the roots being like this, I'm just going to moisten them a little bit, keep them alive. And then I got a nice dry potting mix, standard, but I'm going to wet it because it's a little bit too dry. So when your potting mix is real dry, just wet it. Mix it. Don't be afraid of mixing it. Get your hands dirty, you feel better. Be like a little kid again playing in the dirt when you were a kid, but this is soil, it's not dirt. This is our standard potting mix with our beneficial bacteria in there. I'm just going to mix it up real good so it's not super dry when I put it in. And all we're going to do is use our fingers to put it in. Don't be afraid of getting dirty. I bet you when you were a kid you weren't afraid of getting dirty. I never was. I come in like a bum. But hey, kids are kids. Wet it down real good. Now we're going to take our roots. We're not going to worry about the front or the back right now. Right now we want this tree to grow. So all I'm going to do is dump my soil mix in there. The reason why I got it offset is because I got long feeder roots and I want them to grow and start out some of the other feeder roots. So all we're going to do is put the soil in, get the tree in there pretty good, tap it down nice. And this is just for now for the winter time. It's in a dormant state. So the soil starts to absorb the water. Give it a little bit more. That's all you got to do. It's a fast repotting, but it's a good repotting because we got our soil already pre-made. It's all in there good. Now, I don't know if you can see these are tubing connectors from an airline at a store that sells aquariums. And all I did was punch a hole in the cap and stuck the fat end in where it connects to the airline and let the other part of the airline out, and it comes out to be a nice watering can. Look at that. So if you know anybody that's raising tropical fish, see if they got any airline connectors. Look how nice it is. It sucks in the air real good. Your bottle doesn't collapse as much. And if you want to buy it, I think it's I don't know, and the stores are like 99 cents for one, but you can ask the guy in the pet shop, maybe he'll give them to you. Or give them to you at a single price, just tell them what you need it for. But we're going to water it in real good. And as you can see, the tree is alive. Look how green it is. See where we cut it off? Now I don't want nothing to get into the new cut, so all I'm going to do is give it a little dab of lipstick. Just a teeny dab. And you can see, you can hardly notice the lipstick on there, but it's on there. It's like, so then we can put a couple of rocks on there to keep our tree in the pot. Hold it down a little bit. You don't have to worry about decorating it or nothing, because right now this tree is in here to grow. And all we'll do, there's no water coming out of the bottom of the pot yet, so we're going to just water it. You can see how easy it comes out of this. I figured there had to be an easier way than punching holes in the cap, but if you can't afford to get this, then punch holes in the cap. It works just as good. So now we'll take our paper napkin, wipe off the top of the container, and we have our red maple already potted. Now, what are we going to do with the cuttings? So I took an old mushroom tray that I bought at the store, took the mushrooms out, rinsed the tray out real good, punched a bunch of holes in the tray, paper napkin. Because all we want to do is prevent the sand from falling out. So I'm going to take my cup, take the sand, put the sand in there. You can get a bag of sand. I think I paid like $2.39 for a whole 20-pound bag of sand. All you do is fill your cup up. Put our sand down. You got a brush, you can smooth it out if you want, or just use your hands. And then wet it. And then what I'll do is I'll take my bottle, wet it down real good. Because when we cut this tree, we want to have good contact with the sand. Now, rooting hormone's good. It gives your plant a head start. So what we're going to do, you can see there's no node here, nothing, but it's right here. So we're going to cut it just below the node. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, there's the node right there. Cut it. You can wound it a little bit to get it a start. And you can see there's green in the plant. And we're going to cut right above this node because we want this to grow. And then we're going to take our rooting hormone, put a little in the cap, and then where we cut it, we're just gonna put it all over there, put it over the wound, because that'll help it to grow. And we'll take our bamboo skewer, poke a little hole in there, put it in, press it into the sand, and then we'll do it next to the next one. So now you'll see this is a node right above, right there. We'll cut. Now here's a nice thick node here, and there's a bud forming right there, so I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to cut here. I'm going to dip it. First I'm going to give it a little bit of a wound because the plant will want to callus over. Put our rooting hormone on there, and the rooting hormone's cheap. You can get it any place. Any store you want to get it in. Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace. Any big box store, sometimes Walmart or Target. I don't think Target has, but I think Walmart might have it in the plant section, but you can check. Now, these buds are nice and healthy, but it's on a skinny stem. So this is cut. We're just going to give it another cut closer to the bud. But don't cut into the bud. And we're just going to scratch the surface just a little bit, just so we can have the plant say, hey, I'm wounded, I got to callus over, what am I going to do? So I'm going to put some roots down. Take our bamboo skewer, poke another hole, stick it in, push it down real good so it's got good contact with the sand. Now this one, we have a node here, we have a node here, so we can get two cuttings out of this. So we're going to take this and cut it right about here, and we're going to cut it above this one. And now we have two cuttings we can work with. So on this one, I'm just going to scratch it just a little bit. Now here's the node over here, so I'm going to cut this and just give it a little scratch, just a little bit. And then we're going to roll it in the rooting hormone. We're going to put our skewer in, put it in, tamp the sand down. I'm going to cut off and dip and clip because we got a piece of branch. We're going to cut that off and dip it a little bit more into the rooting hormone. Plug it in. And with a cheap tray, Look how nice you got your plants in there. Nice cuttings. We'll see if they take. You never know. We'll try it out. So don't be afraid to do it. Now this rooting hormone in the cap I'm going to dump because we contaminated with the cuttings. You never want to dip your cuttings straight into your container, and that way it'll contaminate it. But this way here we got this all good. So we got our maple in, our cuttings in. We'll see what happens. Today's Thursday night. It's snowing all since this afternoon, so cloudy day, but look on the bright side. If it's cloudy, you got a chance to sit down, and today's Thursday, enjoy a good you can enjoy a good Western on the old time radio shows, or a good detective series. I know there's an antiquity radio station, I think on YouTube it's called, and they have a bunch of good old shows on there, so you can check that out. So take your wife, your loved one, sit down with a hot cup of tea, listen to some old time radio shows, and enjoy each other's company. My name's Tom Novak, and thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors.